All right, guys, it's Jeremy, your favorite person with Parkinson's. I got a confession to make. I have not been very compassionate in my life, and I'm realizing that now. Let me give you some examples. I was always really weirded out by disabled people, whether physically or mentally disabled. I was just put off, made to feel uncomfortable, just frankly weirded out. And I'm not proud to say that, and it's kind of embarrassing now considering my situation. And I'm going to give you an example of something that I did years ago when I was young and dumb, and I thought it was invincible. I was never going to get sick. I was never going to get old. I was at a burger joint. Some of you guys might remember White Castle. It's still around. I don't know if it's in your area of the world. I will say this. There's a lot of weirdos that come in and out of there, but the food is, well, I wouldn't say it's good, but it's addictive. Yeah, the sliders with onions on them, yeah, you stink really bad after you eat them, but oh God, they're good going down. All right, well, years ago, this was probably 20 years ago. I'm 46 now, so this probably would have been 26. I'm with my lady, my trusty sidekick, my wife, the lovely Naomi, and we're sitting in the restaurant in the booth, and we're eating our burgers and fries and God, whatever other horrible processed foods we're putting through our system. And I see this guy, he walks from the counter to the booth behind where we're sitting. So I'm facing my wife, and he's behind my wife. Now, looks like he's about in his 60s. He's wiggling his leg really weird, and I'm immediately like, oh God, here we go again. And he takes his coffee, let me show you. He's got his coffee cup, and he'll set it down on the table, sit there, wiggle his legs, and then every few seconds he'll grab the cup, take a drink. Now I'm quiet in the restaurant. I'm not really saying anything in the restaurant, but I'm just irritated by this wiggly-legged dude that's in my vision when I'm trying to enjoy my horrible hamburgers. So me and my wife get up after we're finished, and we're walking out to the parking lot, and I tell her, I was like, "Did you see that weirdo behind us?" She goes, "What?" She goes, "That dude just kept wiggling his leg, and he wouldn't sit down in the booth, and he just kept on grabbing his coffee, taking a sip, putting it down, wiggling his leg." I was like, why do all the weirdos always come sit by me? Very selfish thing to say. Looking back now, I mean, how many people thought I was the weirdo that came and sat by them? That's the funny thing. So long story short, I've had to learn compassion for people like that, and I've had to learn it the hard way. There was this lady growing up, the church I went to, who had trouble talking. I think she was in some kind of car accident. I don't know the extent of what she was dealing with, but it was brain damage or something. And she would always try to talk to me, and she talked, I won't imitate it because it's not appropriate here, but she talked in a real hoarse voice, and it was really difficult to understand, and she kind of drooled when she talked. And she would always single me out after church and want to come talk to me. I didn't want anything to do with her. That's not nice. I'm not proud to say that. This is not an endorsement of my behavior. I could go on and on and on. Different things that people inconvenienced me with their disabilities. Made me feel weird, made me feel funny. It's funny now because looking back, that guy at the White Castle, I mean, I don't know for sure, but he looked like he had Parkinson's and was suffering from what is called dyskinesia, which is the uncontrollable movements that this medication that we take gives us. I don't know for sure, but that's what it looks like to me looking back. So it's kind of ironic that 20 years later, I'd be sitting here talking to you guys about a time that I was a pretty big dick, honestly, inconvenienced by someone with disabilities. So the moral of the story is don't be a dick, I guess. I look back now, I wish I would have taken more time to help old people, mow somebody's lawn, fix somebody dinner, somebody that needed it, maybe babysit for somebody with a disabled kid or something. I'm looking back and thinking all different now about things I could have and should have done differently in the way I treated people, and that interrupted my tiny little perfect bubble. There you go. That's all I got. Till next time, peace and love from the city of St. Louis.